Today we are going to make pure maple walnut fudge out of my book, Candy Making Without Corn Syrup, which I will link to down below. This is full of old-fashioned recipes made with ingredients that you can trust, so that you can bring the old-fashioned tradition of delicious homemade candy using real ingredients into your kitchen. Pure maple walnut fudge uses maple syrup, sea salt, cream, butter, and walnuts, and that is it. No frankenfoods, no weird foods, stuff that your grandma or great-grandma used to use. The most delicious, decadent, wintry treat out there, maple fudge, is only sweetened with pure maple syrup. The richness comes from real heavy cream, and the walnuts provide crunch and counteract the sweetness of this amazing fudge as well. 2 cups pure maple syrup, 1/4 teaspoon sea salt, 1 cup cream, 3 tablespoons butter at room temperature, 1 cup walnuts soaked and dehydrated. And that part's optional. You can just use 1 cup walnuts from the store and you'll be just fine. In the pot of your Instant Pot or stock pot for use on the stovetop, choose a large one. It will bubble up in later steps. Combine the maple syrup and sea salt. Clip on a candy thermometer so that the bulb is in the syrup but not touching the bottom of the pot, and turn on the Instant Pot to saute medium or saute normal. Alternatively, heat the pan on the stovetop over medium heat. Heat syrup to 220 degrees Fahrenheit without stirring. As the syrup heats, warm the cream on the stove until hot. Remove from heat once it starts to simmer. Once the syrup is at 220 degrees Fahrenheit, after heating for 5 to 7 minutes, gently pour in the hot cream. Do not stir the cream in, it will distribute evenly as the mixture boils. Heat the syrup cream mixture to soft ball stage, 235 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not stir at all during this time. As the maple mixture heats, set up the bowl in your stand mixer or place a glass bowl on the cooling rack and place the butter in the bowl. Line a loaf pan with parchment paper and press the parchment paper into the corners. Alternatively, you can use a silicone loaf pan and no need to line it. Once the syrup mixture has reached the soft ball stage, without stirring, pour into the mixer bowl that has the butter in it. Do not scrape the pan during this step, only pour what easily comes out. Allow to cool for 10 minutes or until edges of the maple mixture start to firm up. Using the paddle attachment for your stand mixer, mix. Alternatively, stir with a sturdy wooden spoon until the fudge starts to thicken. About 10 minutes with the mixer or 20 minutes by hand. If using walnuts, add walnuts halfway through mixing. As soon as your maple fudge is a spreadable consistency, pour into the smooth and prepared loaf pan. If you stir too long or don't have the loaf pan prepared ahead of time, the fudge will solidify in the bowl and you can enjoy crumbly fudge, or you can go ahead and reheat it until melty and try again with the last step. Cool completely and then transfer to the refrigerator for an additional 4 hours before cutting into cubes. Please check out my book, Candy Making Without Corn Syrup, where I share with you a bunch of different classic recipes that don't have the marshmallow fluff, don't have the corn syrup, don't have the evaporated milk, don't have those frankenfoods. They're just old-fashioned recipes made with the good foods that you can trust and found right on your grocery store shelves and you feel comfortable bringing in to your kitchen. Remember, candy is sometimes food, but if you're going to celebrate with the good stuff. Don't go with the cheap knockoff versions.